You're listening to the YTFA podcast.
Introduction time!
Please leave that in.
Welcome one and all to the YTFA podcast, where we discuss current events, give advice, and review some of the YouTube videos that you send into us. Without further ado, welcome to the family. As usual, I'm your host, Lord Pyramon. I'm keeping that in, joined by Downcast Spark and Parn Animation.
I know we're on a time limit, but oh my goodness, Sonic, if he was talking.
My God, he is so much better at that than us.
It feels like it feels like every episode
better.
he says it faster and faster. Like
Honestly, I'm excited
pretty
for
soon
the day when
it's
he's
gonna
like,
be.
hello, one and all, and welcome to the YTFA podcast. Let's go.
No, I'm pretty soon it's gonna be like, hello everybody, welcome to the YTFA podcast. I'm your host, Lord Pyramon. Joining me is Downcast Spark and Jack Power Animation. Welcome.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family, Ohana. Hashtag Ohana. Like he's just like seizing Ohana.
like
I'm so
like
glad we're already on the rails. I've missed this.
Pyro just twitching in the corner, like just shouting buzzwords related to the podcast, going, "Grow your content, improve,
Take the
On the
advice.
grind!
Turning red.
speed is the only way."
Well, there's the reference. There's the
can
reference
we
to the last episode.
Can we make 9/11 references this early in the episode?
I don't think we can, but it's fine. It's fine. But anyway, hello everybody. Hello.
We're
How
back.
are you?
This is going to be a very interesting episode because it's
I
been
just
a
say
while
leave it
since
all
I've
in,
been
yeah.
on here.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
been a hot minute.
it's been a hot minute, but you know, last episode we talked about the directorial styles and helping you improve your content. But you know, we haven't really touched on some news in the content creation realm recently, and we've missed a lot, guys. We missed a hunk and chunk, if I do say so myself.
We've missed a few things, like Jaden Animations getting canceled. Like, how do you even cancel her? Mr. Beast curing the blind and the deaf and giving people prosthetic limbs. Seriously, he did that. Look it up.
And that's
And people still hate him.
He's evil. He's pure evil. He's helping people. What a freaking monster! What's wrong?
Wow, what a monster. Imagine, oh my God, he gave
can't
money
he be an
to help people afford
person like the rest of
life-changing
them?
surgery, but he filmed them with their consent.
Why can't he just
Listen,
be a soulless monster
if somebody-
like any other rich person?
If somebody would cure me and said, "Hey, listen, I'll cure you for this life, like this life or death surgery, but like if it's okay, would I be allowed to film it to just kind of show the good deeds we'll do here?" I'd be like, yeah, yeah,
Well, like,
yeah,
the thing
I'll
is,
do that.
like, it's not like if you said no to being filmed, it's not like he didn't cure you anyways. There's so many people he cured without filming in that video.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just like, but if you agreed to be on film, you just got $10,000 or a car as well. Like, take the deal. Sorry to get so topical so fast, but I was just recapping news.
A topic that I've wanted to kind of touch on. It's very important to the platform that we are all making content on, YouTube.com. That's the fact that there's been a bit of a shakeup in leadership. Susan Wojcicki left the company a while ago, like a couple of months ago at this point, and I think we should address that. Kind of talk about, you know, what the good that she brought, the bad that she brought. Really, kind of, just kind of assess.
Susan was really good at keeping YouTube and is kind of responsible for making YouTube as mainstream as it is. People shit on her a lot, but like, you have to give her some credit. She was CEO of one of the biggest companies when it comes to web ever, and she had a lot of political pressures breathing down her throat as all the politicians were like, "We don't like the new technology, change bad, grr." And then she had all the advertisers breathing down her neck like, "You mess up once, we'll back up." And all the content creators going, "Remember, we're the reason you exist in the first place." You know, like, that's a high pressure job.
Yeah, nah, it's like you're right. Like I know I made some jokes about Susan, like during the like, you know, like the demonetized era of YouTube. where was like saying, called her Susan Wojcicki, the Lord and Savior. Please forgive us for our sins and wrongdoings in Wojcicki's name, right? But I never despised her. I never hated her. I just thought it was like funny to like joke about because it was just a fucked up situation.
Well, because like not everything was handled perfectly. A lot of the times when it came to the politicians, the advertisers, or the content creators, which ones we gonna suck up to, who we gonna screw over? It was the content creators who got screwed over. And that's something that's very promising with this new guy taking leadership, is him immediately coming out and going, so I'm gonna be sitting down with content creators, like and I'm gonna be discussing needs and how to improve our systems for content creators as well. And I think he seems to have a better grasp on the idea that the content creators are kind of YouTube's product, you know?
Yeah,
There
we're
is
pretty
no
much
YouTube without us.
we're pretty much unlicensed employees of YouTube.
Well, legally speaking,
Kind
we're
of.
we're independent contracting companies.
I do think like one of the good moves was like the podcast feature for like people using YouTube Music, which is nice. I feel like it needs I think it definitely needs more polishing, and like if they could start like doing that with like the playlists and stuff with like seasons and stuff, that would kind of give a Spotify a run for their money with podcasts in general. So that was actually a good move.
Now,
the only
if
thing
you
I
do the
didn't
same
like
thing for web shows would make it even better.
Oh, yes, most definitely. I just have one issue, though, is just remember that the new CEO was the guy that tried to push crypto on YouTube.
Yes.
And that's
he was a bit of a
big
yeah.
issue.
That's
the only thing that worries me about this guy.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, as somebody who used to be on a platform that pushed for that kind of stuff, it's just, like, there's a very ugly side to it, especially when they won't listen to logic and reason.
One good thing about this guy, though, is that he's gone on record saying he regrets that. So,
okay.
If
Well, that's
he
good.
really does, we're gonna see for sure.
Yeah,
if he does regret it,
it won't happen.
That's a sign that he can own up to his mistakes and try to course correct, which is something a good CEO can do. Typically,
yeah. I mean, I don't expect every CEO to make a good choice every time. That is literally impossible.
Nah, it's not happening. Like, look how many bad decisions Sega's made, and they're still around.
Yeah, gosh, some Sega CEO made some sort of pact with the devil. That's the only way they can still be around.
Probably the same one that bought Atlas. That was the one good decision they've made in 25 years.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, no, you guys are right, though.
Yeah, they saved Atlas because before Sega bought them, their stuff was getting published by Deep Silver. And I do not like Deep Silver as a company.
Oof.
So,
speaking of the Deep Silver,
can we insert that clip of Roger Craig Smith saying "big oof" in his Sonic voice?
Whoever edits that, you have to put it in. So James, when you edit this, you have to put it in.
Big oof.
Okay, I'll figure that out. Oof. But like when it comes to like YouTube, I feel like, you know, we always talk about how shit of a website YouTube is and how, like, you know, all the problems that the website has. But really, when you look at every other social media platform,
they all have
YouTube
problems.
is like, no, I would say that YouTube is the best.
It is.
It really is.
It actually is.
Like, yeah.
Hey, YouTube, you should push this video out more because we're actually
only thing I'd like to see is like
I'm being nice to you, YouTube, please.
The only thing I wish I would see them do, because I don't really see it this much, which I have been seeing a little bit more. I would like to see like more discovery. Like, and not just be coming from like a small YouTuber's perspective, right? But like in general, because sometimes I'm just sick of seeing the same people. I'd like to like experiment and like explore and see what else is on the platform. Like, there's billions and billions of videos coming up every year. So why am I always seeing the same 5 people?
Like, maybe there should be like a tab that's like called something new, and it's just like completely randomized who you get.
Yeah, and it's like in categories like gaming and stuff like that.
No, it's just completely random bullshit.
That being said, I can talk from experience, and I've been seeing other people say But I've been seeing a lot more sub 1,000 like content creators like in my recommended and stuff as
Yeah,
of late.
same here actually. I think that's
Same,
I've
yeah.
discovered
And
a lot-
partially
I've been-
thanks to YouTube Shorts just pushing people
Mhm.
out more
Yeah.
and increase, because it's not, YouTube doesn't recommend based on subscribers. It recommends based off watch time percentage and amount of viewership per watch time percentage. So if you're getting a bunch of shorts out with 100% watch time, so they have to be good shorts, don't just pump out garbage, otherwise people are going to click off right away and you'll get the view, but you won't get recommended. But so if you pump out good shorts frequently, you can get recommended to people a lot easier.
Okay, but hear me out though for a minute. The problem is there is a really good side and a really bad side to shorts. And let me explain why. Because people don't understand that like this could also damage like a creator's long form videos, especially when you post way too many shorts. That you can gain a bunch of subscribers and you can like gain a bunch of interaction on the shorts, but that doesn't guarantee that they're gonna go and watch your main long form content. And what I mean is that
It's true.
like regular horizontal videos, and like that's why I feel like that there should be a balance and kind of a way to like tell the audience if they do find you in shorts, being like, hey, yes, I do post shorts, but that's not my main content, and that way they know ahead of time before they even click the red button. Like, oh, should I check out their main content first? Should I wait? And then like, you know, that's kind of I think that's what YouTube is missing personally, because I will say there has been a change since sorts. I mean, literally last year, what was my subscriber count on? Like 400, and now I'm like almost at 700. So it's like, you know, there clearly is a difference. I mean, Jack has even been growing, and everybody knows how hard it is for animators, especially small animators, to grow.
I gained 300 subs in the last year.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like I gained like almost 300. Jack gained 300. James got to 1K. It's like clearly they're doing something right. I don't know what it is, but it clearly shows that they do want to start supporting smaller creators. And honestly, I would just like to say they want to support creators in general, both big and small, and they're trying to find a balance on that, which I appreciate.
And like just YouTube's like Susan's management in general, she's pumped out some good stuff and did some good stuff before she left. And I honestly, shocker, the guy who's stereotypically the optimist in the group is very optimistic for the future of YouTube, because this guy's worked for YouTube for a long time. And if he's actually willing to talk to like real creators, like not like your shitty scamming creators, like people who like genuinely care about making good videos.
Creators that's been around for a while, like Markiplier, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Corey Kenshin, like people like that. And like animators, probably like Jaden, Odd Ones Out, getting like a little bit from everybody, from the gaming, from the vlogging, from commentary, from animation, just to see what everybody is looking for. And like,
because I feel like that was kind of an issue that I had with how she went about like talking to content creators. Is that who did she talk to? She talked to like Ethan Klein.
She only really talked
like,
to Ethan and
Shane
Matt Pat,
Dawson.
and that was really it.
I thought she also talked to Shane Dawson.
Oh yeah, she did before he got like mega canceled.
Yeah.
But like Matt Pat, she never stopped talking to. I think they're actually like friends outside of work circumstances too. But don't quote me on that.
to be
Like,
fair
yeah, she
though,
only talked
Matt
to,
is
like-
a pretty cool dude. That's fair. Like, I'd be friends with him.
Honestly, people like crap on him for like being kind of cringe, but honestly, he seems like just a wholesome dude to me.
Look, I'm
He
gonna be
did
honest.
say that lollies are sexy though, so
Yeah, that's a little sus. That's
yeah.
very sus.
yeah.
Bro, everybody knew him for being weird and shit. Like,
Have you ever
I bet you
seen
$20 that he did that as a joke. Like, I
Have you ever- I
guarantee.
bet.
Have you ever seen that clip of Matt Pat saying that he never watched porn, and then
That's
his wife
bullshit.
just glares at him? Yeah, like he straight up says, "I've never looked at porn in my life," and this is on a live stream. And then Stephanie just glares at him, knowing full well that this man put censored porn in his earliest videos.
He made a whole video trying to like analyze which Nintendo characters' breasts are fake. Like that's the kind of man this guy was in his early years.
That's what he was. Now he's just guy with a 2-year-old at home.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
that's not what he is anymore. But like
He's
his
a dad
earlier
now,
videos, that's what
making-
he did.
he is literally just a dad making dad jokes on the internet now.
Which honestly is the most wholesome internet content.
Yeah,
Personally, if my brand could get as close to MatPat dad jokes in a good way, then you know what? I'm for it.
I'll be honest. I still watch Matt Pat. He's fun. Do I buy anything he says? No. Do I have fun? Yes.
Gosh, I haven't watched a Matt Pat video in like probably probably a very, very long time.
Outside of the intro, nothing has changed in 10 years.
Let's go.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I like
Well,
that.
maybe his production cycles change. And he has a fourth channel called Style Theory now.
So does he have like a team of writers or something at this point? Like,
He's had
He
a
has
team of
to.
writers for like 6 years.
I thought so. Yeah.
He has a team of
'Cause, like, there's no
writers,
way-
a team of researchers, a team of
Yeah.
editors. Like, Game Theory is
yeah, you
actually
can't
like a
have-
corporation.
Yeah, I was just thinking like, there's no way that he can have the stuff that he has without having like a Green Brothers style like production team.
No, like, have you seen his videos and stuff? He's been doing this so long, he needs to have a team, bro.
Yeah.
He couldn't keep doing this without one.
He has a good team. His wife is actually part of his team.
Yeah.
Like she's a big help on the team apparently. I can't remember which her degree is in, but she's actually really fucking smart.
A degree in being smart. That's the degree.
Yes, a degree in being smart. Isn't
Man,
that what
I need to get that
is?
degree.
It really is. It's just a piece of paper that says "I am smart" on it.
And you still don't get that job at Costco's. How do you feel?
I know. Damn Costco. Costco, I have been sucking you off for years. Why?
Whoa! What? Jack! No, Jack! That's not what it meant by getting a Costco glizzy, Jack!
Costco, for years, I've been sucking up to you, saying, oh,
This
Costco's
sounds
the
worse,
great,
though.
all hail consumerism, and
What the fuck is
Costco
happening?
won't make me their CEO, won't even sponsor me. Costco, why? I think the concept of paying money for the privilege of spending the rest of your money is a brilliant business venture. I love your hot dogs, your ice cream, fantastic. Costco, sponsor me.
I mean, you know, while we're speaking about Costco and consumerism, like one thing that has really taken over the content creator world and has really fulfilled that consumerism feel is the world of content creator boxing. And, you know, there's been so much information that's been going on about that, right? And then, like, if you guys know, if you've been keeping up with, like, the Creator Clash incident, like, with Froggy Fresh.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. So, a little bit of, like, insight. So, Creator Clash was created by the YouTuber iDubbbz. If you guys know iDubbbz, he was a content creator who still makes content, but back in the day, he was known as one of the...
Controversial.
Very edgy. He used to make, like, you know, saying the N-word like it was the word the, while Filthy Frank was, like, screaming and rubbing his nipples in the background. That was YouTube back in the early 10s, right? That was YouTube.
Okay? No. But was it...
I mean, the Filthy
culture
Frank-
at the time? Yes.
The Filthy Frank part, rubbing his nipples, that Filthy Frank gets a pass for me. But that's besides the point.
The point, sorry, but like, yeah, the whole point of Filthy Frank was the fact that it's in the name. He was supposed to be a filthy bastard. He wasn't. You weren't supposed to.
You weren't
agree
supposed to
with-
like him,
You
yeah.
weren't supposed to like him. You weren't supposed to agree with what he was. What he did.
I meant saying the N-word.
Yeah, that too.
Oh no,
That's what I meant. I don't care about him rubbing his nipples. He can do that if he wants.
But let's reel this back in for a moment. So
Yeah,
iDubbbz,
that's real
right?
again.
iDubbbz and his wife started a thing for creator boxing called Creator Clash, and they did one with Creator Clash 2, and one of the creators who were supposed to box on it was called Froggy Fresh. And at the last minute, without giving a heads up or really anything, iDubbbz kicked out Froggy Fresh because he was training with somebody that iDubbbz didn't like. And that person was, what was the name of that dude? I think Sam Hyde. And I kind of wanted to get Jack and James' opinions on this because I feel like the more that this exists, you might eventually see small creators once they get bigger, like myself, because I'm actually interested in it, becoming one of these creators that go into the boxing world. So, like, it's kind of like a danger because I don't see creator boxing going away. It's kind of like YouTube Shorts, like whether it gets big or small or like popular and unpopular, it's never gonna go away. So with this, do you think that this actually can make more of a corrupt space for like if like a creator holds a creator boxing event? Because like it kind of seems a bit dangerous to me, right? Like especially like with the whole Froggy Fresh situation.
I feel like, gosh, I mean, YouTube has always had this, like, YouTube has always had a trend of content creators eventually going corporate. So
Yeah.
this isn't really that different. I feel like the main thing about this drama that I think is complete bullshit is how I feel like I think it sucks that like Anissa, iDubbbz's wife, has been getting all this shit. Because like I don't think that like iDubbbz's personality change is because of Anissa, but that's like the thing that people have been pushing.
I think he just grew up a little.
He just
you
grew
know?
up. Like,
No, he grew up.
From what I've been able to gather, from what I've heard from him, not from other people, it sounds like he just had a really bad experience with somebody that considers himself a fan. It sounds like he just had one really bad, like a few run-ins with some fans that he didn't like. And so he decided to just completely change his style of content.
Which
That's what it kind of
honestly
feels like to me.
makes
Which
a
there's
little
nothing wrong with that.
sense, since like the fandom you attract is very much based off the content you're creating, you know?
Yeah.
If you put something positive out in the world, you're normally getting more positive, happy-go-lucky fans. If you're whining, complaining a lot, you're going to get some more people who are whining and complaining a lot. You're going to, like, for example, you take a look at, like, the Owl House fandom. Like, it's a show that preaches acceptance and kindness and stuff. And
So it
you
gets
look
a lot
at
of
the
people
fandom, and
with
it's
that.
just a lot of people just kind of sharing their differences and embracing each other and doing fan art. That's all I've ever seen.
And then you
Hootie
have-
Memes.
The only
and
like
then-
I've seen some really dumb arguments too. Like for example, and yes, I'm calling you out again. I like Optimus. So I was going scrolling through Twitter because I have no life, and as I'm scrolling through Twitter, I literally see Optimus like clowning on iDubbbz. And don't get me wrong, iDubbbz should be clowned on right now over the whole Froggy Fresh thing. That was dumb. But like literally like was clowning on him for taking his wife's last name, and the comments were just as toxic, saying he's not a man because he took his wife's last name. Oh, the fathers of his generation are rolling in their grave. I'm like, it was the dumbest take I think I've ever seen. Like, that's for a traditional marriage when you take the man's last name. And for me, who's a Hispanic, we have hyphenated last names, who takes the woman's and the man's last name, but the woman's name is the first and the man's name is the last, which is why my name is Ortiz Pasteric. It's a combination of my mother's and my father's.
We live in the modern age. You can take whatever name you want. You can even keep your
Exactly.
name. Both
It's
keep your
just-
names if you
it's
want.
whatever.
Who cares? It's just a name.
Yeah, and it's like this whole like tradition thing, but it's like, bro, I bet you $20 that you don't give a rat's ass about your own tradition, let alone somebody else's. Like, you want to clown on iDubbbz for just being a sellout L and kicking off Froggy Fresh because you talked to somebody I didn't like. Yeah, clown on the dude because that's honestly an L. That's loser attitude. But like the whole like harassing him and his wife and calling him less of a man because he didn't keep his last name. That's kind of loser shit right there. I'm gonna be honest.
Look, harassing people in general is loser shit. Just don't
For real.
harass people. Just
Look, you
let people do them and just go find something more entertaining to do. Go do something fun.
Say it
Go
with me.
Look,
Just
let me put it this way.
be a
You can
dick.
don't be a
Yeah.
dick. Because listen, you can
Don't
have
be a
any opinion you want as long as you're not forcing that opinion on others. If you're just like, oh, well, I think it makes you less of a man if you don't keep your last name, you can have that opinion. That is fine. But the moment where you start ridiculing somebody and calling them less of something because they have a different belief system than you, that's where it becomes toxic. And that's kind of why I wanted to bring this up too, is just because like we went from like the creator news of the new CEO, right? We talked about, something's going on within the creator realm. And to kind of end this off, I really do want to mention and discuss about something and get everybody's thoughts. Because as you know, like I said, with me having no life, being on Twitter, there's one little thing I noticed. A little blue bird with a bee beside it. That is right. Twitter Blue. What do y'all think about Twitter Blue?
Can we get the Roger Craig Smith clip back in here?
Big, 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 big oof.
Yay, Roger!
Generally speaking, I could not care less. But I don't know. I mean, it's
The only thing I don't like about it is the verification system. I feel like
it's muddled a system that may have been broken, but at least it had rules. And
it was definitely corrupt.
rules.
It was definitely corrupt. I feel like I don't feel like
corrupt, but it made
anybody paying
sense.
for it. Yeah,
It was
here's the thing.
corrupt, but it made sense.
Like, for
It makes
example,
sense
I
to me.
actually met, because since I like act and stuff on the side, I'm not just like a YouTuber, right? I'm also like a indie actor and filmmaker. And I actually had not only articles written about me, but I'm also on IMDb now. And during the old verification system on Twitter, I actually met the requirements under actor. Since I had articles written about me and I was on IMDb and stuff, I was considered a actor. I could have been verified under entertainer, right? And I applied for it, and even though I met all the requirements, they wouldn't give it to me because I had too small of a following. Even though there was no limit that you had to reach to earn that following, that verification badge. So the thing is, it was really corrupt. However, my problem is I really don't think giving everybody a verification badge for paying $8 a month was the right call. Now, everything else with it, I don't mind, right? For the $8 you pay for like a boost, other features and stuff like that, there's a lot of sites that do that. Like, for example, YouTube Premium. You pay for that, you see less ads, you get to keep playing videos with your phone locked, things like that. There is a benefit to it. And if Twitter wanted to go down the same route, there's nothing wrong with that. My only complaint is with the stupid verification badge, and then on top of it, taking away everybody's legacy verification badges when they earn that shit.
So, like, hear me out, though. On the plus side, there's been some funny bits started.
Oh,
with, those,
Disney Junior. I saw that.
Disney Junior, legendary.
That was
Wait, the Queen
Right?
Elizabeth one. Did you guys see the Queen Elizabeth one?
That was Salty DK Dan who did that.
yeah, that was salty.
Yeah.
And he
Like-
made a video about it, and it's one of the funniest videos on the entirety of YouTube.
You know what I just
Everyone in this
realized?
audience needs to watch it now.
Watch it. And you know what's funny? Speaking of Salty DK Dan, he made a video on Andrew Tate before anybody knew who the hell he was.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
Oh, yeah.
I remember watching that video, and I knew Andrew Tate as the Star Wars dude. Like,
yeah,
never watched Star Wars, never will.
Yeah.
You're a virgin because you watch Star Wars. And now Andrew Tate is like everywhere. Like, and everybody's like, "Oh, I know Andrew Tate." I'm like, "Bitch, did you watch Salty DK Dan? No, I don't
Did you
think
see
so."
the Never Watch Star Wars speech? No.
Oh my god! Listen,
I didn't know the Never Watch Star Wars guy was Andrew Tate. I didn't know that was Andrew Tate.
that was Andrew Tate. Yeah,
I don't
go
know
back
why
and literally.
my brain like separated them as two people, and I don't know why. Like
Andrew literally got his start as the fucking Star Wars guy. Like, that is like unbelievable.
Man,
Like,
I screwed myself over when I was 10 years old because I watched Star Wars.
You know, I never watched Star Wars, Andrew Tate. Where the fuck is my Bugatti? Huh? Where's my mansion? I never watched
dude.
Star Wars. How dare you?
You know what, dude? I agree with Andrew Tate. You should not watch Star Wars, but not for the reason that Andrew Tate says. It's because Star Wars rots your fucking brain.
It does. It does.
Just watch. Yeah, but honestly,
You watch Star Wars and you just feel pain for the rest of your life.
But hear me out. Hear me out. Just watch the original trilogy and then episode 3 and walk away.
Watch
Everything else doesn't exist.
Watch the original trilogy, Clone Wars, pretend nothing
Clone
else
Wars.
exists.
Clone Wars, then episode 3, then nothing else. That's your order. There is no episode 1. There is no episode 2. Those don't exist. There is no Solo. There is no Mandalorian. There is no
There is no
Book
Queen of
Boba
England.
Fett. There is no Queen of England.
you know, The funny thing is though, as soon as the Queen of England passed away, everybody shared the fuck out of that clip. Like, like going, and there is no Queen of England. I was like, this is so bad. Why am I laughing?
I
Like,
rewatched Megamind last weekend, and I was like, oh my god, I think every single line from this movie has been made into a meme at some point.
It's like Star Wars Episode 3, to bring it back around to that. It's every line in that movie is a meme.
all right, let's talk about this Q&A.
Okay. I'm going back to the classic. You know what? I've been doing all these branching outs of songs. I'm running out of stuff to do with the songs. I gotta brainstorm new things. So we're going back to the classics. And back to the ask us a question and we'll answer it and shit. It's time for the Q&A segment. It's time for the Q&A segment.
It gets
I've
better
not
and
won a
better every
Grammy
time.
yet, man. Like you need to like figure that out. You need to like get a record label and try and
Well, you know, in Canada we actually have the Junos.
Junos.
Yeah. It's like the Emmys
Wait,
or
wait,
the
what did you
Grammys,
say?
except better.
Wait, what did you say? The Junos?
Yeah, it's the Canadian version of the Grammys.
The Junos.
The movie with Elliot Page in it.
The award show
guys.
came like 30 years before the movie. The movie's an adaptation of the award show, but it's a very no.
That doesn't sound like you said.
Oh.
I was so confused. I'm like, why would they call it that?
The award show is not about anti-Semitism, and it is not about
Oh,
a teenager getting pregnant. It is a music awards in Toronto, Ontario.
Juno. You know, they should really specify that. You know, they should yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, they might be anti-Semitic. I don't know who runs it.
I mean,
I mean,
if it was an American company, probably.
Like, I don't know. They could be. Hopefully they're not.
by the way, weren't we gonna do a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's our question. Okay, we can move on.
Let's go.
So, Imagimango, which I have never said his name out loud, actually, but I just realized that, asks, if there was one thing you could change about your content, what would it be?
I would make it longer and have higher production value.
Okay.
Ideally, what I want my channel to be is essentially an Adult Swim show, but for video games.
That sounds
That's,
really
like,
fun.
Like, I'm just, like, my like, if I can get, like, some really, like, good editors and, like, a lot of, like, people working on my stuff, I legit would make some sort of, like, crazy-ass, like, Aqua Teen-looking stuff. Like, I would love to, like, make, you know, like, the little skit segments in my videos. I want them to start looking like that eventually.
Honestly, I really love that. That sounds like a really cool direction to take it. I hope you get the budget for that someday.
I hope so, too.
What about you, Santos?
That's a good question. I think I would, if I could go back and redo my content, I would try not to take myself so seriously and just have fun with it. Like, try not to be so professional. Because it's great to be professional and stuff, but, like, sometimes it just kind of kills the mood, you know? And just, like, considering the fact I put the professionalism over a lot of things I really shouldn't have. Like, I'm glad I get to change it now, but if I could go back in time and redo it, I'd probably just tell my younger self, hey, just have fun with it. You know, YouTube's not going anywhere. The world hasn't ended yet. So, you know, you just keep at it. Just have fun with it. And like treat the people kind that you meet a lot along the way. Treat yourself kind. And you know, just keep pushing. You know, that's really it.
Yeah, I like that answer, you know? And it's good advice for anyone watching, right? Like, you
Facts.
know, you gotta have fun with what you're doing before you can bring in the professionalism. You have to have fun while also taking it seriously at the same time, but the fun comes first. It's kind of like, how many times have we said now, you have to, like, divide it. It's like partially a small percentage of you has to be a business person, but the rest of you has to be an artist having a good time. You know?
Yeah.
Personally, if I was to change anything about my channel, it'd be the same as you, Pyro. I honestly wish I had a bigger budget. You know, I wish I had a bigger budget and I could upload more often. I wish I could literally just have a big team that could pump out like Disney Channel quality stuff every single week. And that's what the true dream is, you know? Because that's honestly all I want to do and all I've ever wanted to do is make really good cartoons. Not just like, oh, they're funny and that's it. I want the combination of it's funny, but also, wow, these characters are in depth and the story is fun and all that stuff, you know? So that'd be my changes. Bigger budget. I wish I had that. You know.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Everything is easier when you have a bigger budget.
It's easier in some ways and harder in others. Because the bigger budget you have, the more you have to manage. You have to manage people more. You have to learn how to move funds properly and use funds properly. You have to learn how to read a lot of charts.
That's true.
I don't know that much about business. I know enough to like stay afloat. You know? But yeah. So I think that's our Q&A for today. So who's got cursed memes?
You know,
I know you do.
I'll look up something real quick. I'll find something.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't like that. I don't like that.
So I want you guys, because I am undecided which one I'm going to use today, I think. Right? Which one do I want?
You know, I'm gonna post.
You know what? I think we're gonna go with a nice new classic. Okay. This is a two-parter, though. Okay. Here's the first part.
What the heck?
Until one day a friend pointed out and that the Buddha figure she'd been praying to was actually Shrek. Shrek Buddha, baby! And it gets better. This was found on Tumblr. And Tumblr, I'm going to tell you now, is the holy grail of cursed memes. I love Tumblr for cursed memes alone. And some genius on Tumblr commented this. Some Buddha once told me.
Wow. All right, I got three. I got three cursed memes.
Three? You get one. No, I'm kidding. Okay, sure.
Okay, ready? I'll let you decide which one's the worst.
Oh my god. Okay, Pineapple.
Okay.
Well, Yellow Diamond is just a classic Steven Universe fandom thing. Oh no.
Good lord.
Is that the Ice Age baby? Fused with Mike Wazowski?
They get worse. It gets worse.
Yeah, why? What is wrong with you?
No. No.
What is wrong
Banana?
with you? I'm not putting that in the video. If I'm editing this, I'm not putting that in. No.
Why not? It's funny. You can tell he's obviously mistaking a mushroom for a banana. You can obviously tell that.
No. I
wouldn't
risk it. I wouldn't risk it. So I do have some curse memes this time around.
Oh hell yeah!
I found a profile on Twitter called Cursed Arcade Cabinets.
Oh.
So I have a few cursed arcade cabinets for you.
Oh, please share. Please share.
Okay, here's the first one. Joint Smoke Shop. It's Stoner Pac-Man. As you can see, it's a classic arcade game. A Joint Smoke Shop.
Kind of reminds me of last night. I was
pretty good,
Gartic
actually.
Phone with my friends, and we drew Kermit smoking weed. So James, what other arcade cabinets do you have in the meantime?
Okay, I have two more. Here's the next one.
Oh my god, no! No!
Wait, what is that? Guys,
you spray the guy's feet with the water gun. It's called Stinky Feet.
All right. Yeah. You know
This
what?
feels like something I'd see on either YouTube Kids
Yo!
or one of those like
Wait,
those
guys!
flash game sites that are like games for girl gamers.
Guys,
with, like,
I just
Elsa's
realized.
feet on the front. Like,
Once
that
Dan
vibe.
Schneider got fired from Nickelodeon, he went to make arcade games instead.
No.
Okay, here's the final arcade cabinet that I found. Trump 2024. Let's go,
No.
Brandon, Punch Out.
No.
The Punch Out machine that's Donald Trump themed.
Please, no.
The fact that rhyme.
Buff with a gun.
Why?
That's
Alright.
like the most America thing I've ever seen, actually, but like in a bad way. You know? Oh my gosh. No. Oh, those broke me. I think James. I don't know. I did not win this though. I know that because, like, between Ice Age Baby fused with Mike Wazowski and this, oh, good God! So in the comments, tell us what's the best one.
I actually think James won with the foot one. I'm gonna be honest.
Mind him.
I mean, honestly, considering the fact that he doesn't want to show the one I post, I don't know. I think I might have won if he doesn't even want to post it.
Santos.
That's because it's like soft porn. I'm not posting that.
Just censor it. Just put like your crying mug over it.
I'll figure something out, I guess. Anyway,
Yeah,
I feel like isn't that like considering we're like splitting up the
Yeah, that's the episode.
the podcast. That's the episode. We're ending it on Trump 2024 Punch Out Machine. That is all the time we have. If you'd like to get your content reviewed, because we will be reviewing your content in the next upload, which for you will probably be in a couple weeks. For us, it'll be.
So what? Okay, let me say it. What James is trying to say is we are starting a separate series that's going to be a YouTube exclusive called YTFA Reviews. If you'd like to get your content reviewed to get some more info and insight on how you can improve your content, please check us out on YouTube. And if you just want to tune into our next episode of the YTFA podcast, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, and Apple. No, not Apple, not yet. Amazon Music. There you go.
And if you'd like to get your content reviewed, then make sure to submit your videos to the YTFA subreddit, Twitter, or the Discord. With that said, remember to keep at it and keep improving.
No, I'm not saying it. Not this time.
Bye.
Just kidding. I'm gonna say it.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in on the YTFA podcast. Feel free to give us support by following us on YouTube, Spotify, and Twitter. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.